Moving on to show you a different feature of Inventor, I'm going to bring in a Batman logo. So for this feature, I think I'm going to choose this Batman logo right here. I'm going to hover over it, right click on the image here, go to Save Image As, and when you guys go to save image, make sure that this right here says PNG or JPEG. Unfortunately, Inventor will not open WEB files. So we just have to find something else that we can use. So I might be able to use this one. So let's see. And here is a PNG logo or a PNG image that I can bring in. I'm going to save this as Batman. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new sketch on the XY plane. And I'm going to bring in that image that I just saved. Now, just place your image wherever you feel most comfortable with it, and go ahead and make your rectangle like we did earlier. But instead of creating, let's go ahead and dimension this rectangle to be 3 inches by 2 inches. Okay, now let's bring this Batman logo. I want the tip of my Batman logo to be as close to that corner as possible, and then I'm going to double click on it and grab it so that way I can resize it. Now, resizing it and tracing off of these images is not an exact thing, so you are just trying your best to match what you have been given or what you are using. Okay, this is not going to be super duper perfect, but it's going to be pretty close. All right, so let's finish this sketch and then create a new sketch right on top on the XY plane. And what I notice with the Batman logo is that it is symmetrical. If I were to draw a line straight through this logo, you notice that this side is a mirror image of this side. So instead of drawing both sides, I really only have to draw 2 sides. Okay. Now, based on the information that I have given you so far, if I were to just, draw straight lines and create arcs, I could, pretty easily create something close. But as you see, these arcs aren't accurate. They're pretty close, but they're not accurate. So I'm going to undo or delete those 2. And I'm going to go to the pull down menu right here, underneath line, and choose Control Vertex. Now what this does is it creates a line that will travel between points that we create. So I'm going to click on this corner as my starting point, and then just kind of make some randomly spaced points that then create an arc or any shape that we create. Okay, so by creating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points, I have created this arc. And then let's go ahead and repeat the process for our bottom edge. Okay, and please make sure that you do click on that check mark. If you don't, then you have to repeat everything. Now, the cool thing splines are really cool when you use less points. If you used too many points, then it makes it really, really muddled. So let me show you what that means. If I were just to go ahead and create all these points by trying to follow every pixel that I see, it would come out, but it wouldn't technically be smooth. Okay, so that point, or that this line is no longer smooth, it has a bunch of curves. So I'm going to delete that line and redraw my spline using less points. And I get a smoother curve. Okay, so that's kind of what you want. And then I'm just going to use a regular line to finish off this, and then an arc to, let's say, here. Okay, all right. So I have my general Batman shape, or Batman logo shape, and I'm going to extrude this. I just want the inside here. Oops, I didn't want the whole thing. I just want the inside of my Batman logo. Okay, so I have extruded just this, and then now I can go ahead and use my pattern button up here, go to mirror, select extrusion 1, and then my mirror plane will be this flat surface right there. And you can see in the preview that I have created a mirrored surface, okay, or a mirrored feature. Okay, so there is our Batman logo. Now the cool thing about mirrors is that if I were to change anything about my original sketch, like let's say that I wanted to move this point way in here, like that, it would repeat it on both sides. But I mean, that's just an example of what mirrors could do. So